Welcome, one and all, to Beyond Frame Data Live. This is the BFD podcast. I'm Matthew Monkey Business Hogan, joined by Haney, Scion Khalil, and we have things to talk about in the fighting game community.
We have a lot.
It is Blow Up Tuesday.
Welcome to Blow Up. I love that. Actually, no, that's gonna be the new tag. Fuck Electric Boogaloo. This is gonna be the new tag. Blow Up Tuesdays. Last week, if you guys caught that, we made our own tier list for Street Fighter V, who the best player for each character was, which is pretty cool. Definitely go check that out. Today we are talking about Ultimate Mortal Kombat. I was definitely gonna say Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Ultimate Mortal Kombat 11 patch notes. A lot of things got changed around. I'm really salty as a Katana main. I am really salty. Really? Not a main. I played Sub-Zero, but like, what am I talking about? But I used to play her in 9, and she's a figment of her former self.
Well, as a Sub-Zero player, you should be very happy.
I am excited.
Yeah.
I love this. I can come back. Rollback netcode indefinitely. Yes. We'll go through all of it. Rollback netcode indefinitely for Guilty Gear GGAC+R, which is definitely the hot topic. Everybody's getting pumped up for this Guilty Gear over Rev 2, which is interesting. We got tournaments becoming less entertaining? What can you do to make things more hype? Because it just seems like tournaments now just are getting kind of stale. So we're going to talk about what can we do. Do we bring back team tournaments? Do we bring back some kind of like COVID socially distant offline of what do we do? So that's something we're going to talk about. How to grow your scene and how to train progressively. What is currently the strongest region and the mentality you need to make your region even stronger. And finally, last but not least, if you guys stick around till the end, you guys are in for a treat because FGC Monkey Business over here, who's like the premier, if not the best Percival we have in New England, is going to be going through how to play Percival. So this is going to be dope. So he plays Sin in Guilty Gear, so if you want to learn about spacing and how to keep your opponents jailed and at bay, this is going to be a really good episode, so stick around till the end, guys. Perfect, I ended on the beat. Ultimate Mortal Kombat 11, if you guys don't know, just came out with 3 brand new characters. They came out with Melina, who, for whatever reason, has beyond ridiculous popularity. Everybody loves fucking Melina. Everybody loves Melina. Rain, who was dope. I am so glad Rain's in the game. In fact, Melina has like an ode to her being in the game. She's like, 1 million souls cry out to me. And then, and Rambo. That's right. If you guys know Mortal Kombat, they love doing their guest characters. And Rambo's in the game now, along with a crazy amount of patch notes. Who are the biggest winners? And who are the biggest losers of this update? Matt.
All right. All early opinions, of course, but the most striking loser to me of this entire patch, and someone who's turned out to be a bit of a loser in MK11 in general, is Baraka, former general bladed armed man of the Tarkatan species. He was the champ of the tribe back in MK9. I mean, he was low tier then, of course, but he was the only one with blades back then. Suddenly, by MKS, all the Tarkatans have blades. This is a retcon for the entire species.
Wait, what? No.
That happened, yeah.
What?
MK11, they all still have blades now.
Wait.
I guess they only took Baraka's genes or something. And so now in MK11...
I just thought that was a thing.
Nah, it's not a thing. MK9, there were regular armed Tarkatans, and Baraka was the best of them because he had the blades. That
has to be bullshit. No, there's no way. Is that real? That can't be true. No. I thought that's like what makes you a Tarkatan. That's like how you graduate. That's like how you become one.
And the bald heads.
That's it.
That's the species.
What? That is so whack.
So because Baraka is just kind of a little bit indistinguishable from the rest of the tribe now, he's following the same fate in MK11 Aftermath Ultimate Update today. In the universal poke changes, most pokes were made from -3 or -4 to -6 on block, as negative as possible, without being punishable by the fastest specials in the game on reversal. So pokes are a lot worse, but Baraka's defining feature was his really long extended pokes. It was in the Marauder variation, and now in all the variations. The custom move name was called Baraka Barrage, and it just gave him a distinct advantage in the poking game.
Yeah.
But with all pokes universally nerfed, they included those character-specific, variation-specific pokes that got like kind of butchered too.
Yeah, the down ones and stuff.
Yeah, so combine that with like no buffs and then like system-wide nerfs that hurt him the hardest. And it's just looking really, really boring in the life of the entire Turcotan species. Same as it always was ever since they all got blades.
The entire Turcotan species. That annoys me. I'm so mad that... No, I didn't know that at all. I thought he... I didn't know he became the general. That's like you getting a promotion because you're the only one that knows how to flip the burgers. Like, I feel like... Because... What? They had to have had it. They had to have had it. Turn up the volume for the guy in Discord. I just did.
Yeah, I'm leaning in real close.
No, it's fine. We should be able to hear you well.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Katana. Butchered.
I don't know that much about that. I've heard some lamentations and read some on Twitter, but just because a character is not gaining anything. I mean, okay, I feel for every character that's not gaining anything in this patch because it's such an exciting one otherwise with like custom moves.
It's fresh. It feels really fresh
coming out.
Yeah.
And like, if we didn't know that before going into this, we'd all be going crazy right now trying out all the new custom variations we can make, combining the moves for competitive. But like, the customs change is still more exciting than any of the balance changes, I think.
Absolutely.
Because the balance changes are still typical MK11, you know. Fair, emphasis on fair to the extent of like limited options.
Yeah,
on
blandness.
Yeah, right. So one of the most painful nerfs of previously variation locked moves was Scorpion's Demon Dash. It was a 7-frame, like 13% damage combo ender that went really fast across the screen.
No, you couldn't see it.
Yeah.
It's 7 for you weren't able to do anything about it.
So that move was used to punish things, strings in particular, -7 strings or specials. -7 is conventionally a safe but as negative as possible number in MK11. That move was punishing everything.
Yeah.
And now it's 12 frames, and nobody gives a shit about it.
Yeah, it's dead.
Yeah.
It's dead. That's crazy.
So, too bad for Demon Dash, but God, that would have been so painful. There's still a character you can pick if you want to punish things with a 6-frame reversal special, and it is Raijin Raiden with Discharge. That move is still the best reversal punisher and a unique privilege to him. Iris' 1-1-1 would get punished, Big Fist gets punished.
I think also, was it Kung Lao? Kung Lao came back. Kung Lao was like he's not the way he was before. He's not the way in like Mortal Kombat 9 Kung Lao, but he's still got like the flavor, but he's also stronger now. Like he's gotten quite a bit of significant changes.
The old nickname for Kung Lao back then was Bird Lao in MK9 because of his air mobility, canceling jump kick into teleport options all being way faster and better. And a dive kick with so little ground recovery that you could just move with it, instant dive kicking around like you're playing the 2013 fighting game Dive Kick.
I think
Kung Lao's like more of a truck now. He's very grounded.
His hat as a projectile, right? Like as opposed to other projectiles, I think it's easier to hit now. Like it won't like go under the like a juggled opponent like during a combo, or it won't like go like it's easier to land. So that's good. It's good.
Like Omega Hat, yeah.
Yeah. What else? Who are the other winners? Damn. How the mighty have fallen a little bit with Liu Kang. Is his down back kick now -6?
Yeah, that's some of those universal poke changes. Those are across the whole cast, so it's easier for players to take their turn on block without getting mashed out of by down ones, even if they have slower mids, which used to be the biggest disadvantage you could have at MK11.
Mm-hmm. By the way, if anybody in the chat, how's the music coming on that side? If you guys, if the music's a little bit overbearing, we can definitely turn it down. But otherwise, let us know.
Oh yeah, I can also do that for sure.
Otherwise, how do you feel about this? Like this, how do you feel about Ultimate versus MK11? Do you think that's gonna breathe new life into the game, or you think people are gonna start playing it again, or what do you think?
I'm still pretty euphoric for the addition of all of the special moves that were formerly locked out of competitive play more than anything. 3 new characters also breathe a lot of life into the game because these characters come out never having had any variation restriction placed on them, meaning people are experimenting more richly for all at once, so the characters may develop a little bit more slowly specifically,
right?
Because there's not variations that people are playing that make the characters smaller.
Yeah.
Smaller than the one they want to play anyway.
Do you think if the game was released with all of the customs available to us from the beginning, like do you think that would have changed people's like perspective on the game? Do you think like people would have been like, "What? I'm only stuck with 2 competitive modes?" Like do you think people would have definitely treated the game better?
I think that it would be nice and the game would grow faster. MK11 would have grown much faster if the casual experience and the competitive player intended experience weren't artificially separated by variations.
Yeah.
The amount of people that got into MK11 to collect the characters like gear and stuff that then make variations for that reason and then end up trying new moves, that probably got people thinking about fighting games at a very small level about like which moves might actually be good. That does a lot actually to kind of make intrigue in how characters can be designed and played to be designed. And like I bet people there's like an AI battle community in MK11 for sure for that AI battle mode, just based on the moves that characters can have assigned to them. Those people could go and watch a tournament and then see, oh yeah, the tournament players are using the best moves too. I must know what I'm talking about. I'm reinforced now. I'm included in this community. Let me just now slowly get into the scene because there's complete synthesis between what the tournament players are doing and what I'm doing, assigning moves to characters for AI battle or for like single player or whatever. And that combined with the fact that NetherRealm was putting Twitch stream links to tournaments in their game.
Yeah, they're very like I love that. I love when a like a developer is like very on hands with the community. But I mean like they always were, right? NRS always was about the fighting game community. They're always about the scene. But this is dope. This is like on the next level. Like this is really cool.
Yeah, and like
Capcom kind of does that. They do that, but like also in the form of like ads. So like in between matches, I'll like
for the game you already have.
Yeah, like
and they do it like very overbearingly because it'll be the same one ad
like
for
in
like
your face
3 months.
Yeah,
over and over in the game. And you know it's cool that they can give you like pitiful wages of fight money, but it doesn't justify not seeing the character stats at the versus screen or like any of the actual good presentation that the team worked on.
Yeah.
Because like, I love a good versus loading screen in a fighting game. That's part of the experience.
Yeah.
There's like tension. You and your opponent just awkwardly sitting next to each other. Like,
I love that.
See who's breathing, who gets into posture performance mode, you know, like. And then in Street Fighter V, if you're trying to make 10 fight money per match, you don't get any of that. You just look at this ad that you already probably have purchased.
I could maybe afford like Dan, and that's it. Like
yeah,
maybe
you got 100,000.
Maybe I can get like Dan,
fight money?
Dan, and maybe some colors, if that.
Yeah, characters are 100,000.
Yeah.
You have to be a ranked monster. You got to be winning all the time to make the fight money too. 50 at a time per win.
Dude, don't even get me started. I remember like, what do we have here? Welcome to the second episode of BFD Podcast. Blow Up Tuesday. Actually, no, Blow Up Tuesdays. I like that way more. But besides that, I think you guys are going to be excited for UMK11. The patch. It's basically a brand new game. If you're just hopping into it now, that's fine. Like, this is definitely a revitalization. The game deserves to be revisited, and they definitely listen to the community. I'm down to try Rain. Like, I was excited. Yeah. I was excited as shit for Rain. So
there's one more change I want to talk about for UMK11. In the previous version of the game, for the past year and a half that it's been out, there was not any buffer window for normal attacks in the recovery of strings or other normals. So combos,
they're committal.
Specifically juggles, were very, very hard. If you couldn't just mash within a 5-frame window to make them happen. But on block you could. There was a buffer window for after blocking. So doing pressure in a situation where the frame data is iffy and mashing might be a factor always favored the person that blocked in the past. Because there's now a buffer window after normals for the offensive player that's using them either in a combo or on block, there is now like a completely even equal pressure game that doesn't randomly favor the inputs of the defender, which I think is so good. I would always struggle in those situations where I'm like, I know I'm neutral or +1, -1, and then I would just get mashed out of no matter what because whoever blocked got their input out first because I happened to miss a tiny window, a 1-frame window to get my poke out on frame 1. It was so hard. So
that's weird.
That also makes juggle combos easier, which is great for consistency. You're going to be able to go for that hard optimal stuff now and hit it pretty reliably because it's a 5-frame window. So execution, way easier. Whether or not that makes you happy is up to you.
Yeah, but you can't. It's not a reaction thing. It's not like a see it and then do it. You have to. You kind of just got to commit to it.
It's just and you'll be rewarded for doing so because the buffer window is wider.
Yeah. Okay. So, good. That's good. That's a good thing.
Yeah, it's the best.
That's really good.
It also doesn't apply to jump normals like people first thought it did. So it didn't buff jump ins and the mashing situation afterwards for jump ins either, which is also great.
Yeah.
I think it's like the best change. I don't know why it wasn't working this way to begin with, but it's a great change.
Yeah. Rollback netcode for Guilty Gear XX+R. Bro, I was playing Guilty Gear XX+R, and Testament is kind of like, he's kind of bullshit. Like, he's kind of dope. Like, I don't know. I can't explain it. He's cheap, too.
You're making the investment, huh?
Dude, he's investment. Bro, he's dope. I like him, and I feel like he's more of a jail character than Kai is. I feel like he does what Kai does, but better.
Is it Oki or is it mid-range?
But like, his mid-range is amazing.
Okay.
His mid-range is amazing. I feel like he jails. What was I gonna say?
You know what's funny, Alex? I was just talking with the Buffalo FGC about how people actually had a much longer time playing Accent Core all over the world than Accent Core +R, because +R came out and then got I think a year, the year that +R got arcade released in Japan, XR Sign came out right after, or maybe XR arcade release before Sign was a console release. But Alex Smith would know that better than me because he was there from the beginning, while I kind of
hopped
on right when Sign came out.
Yo, what up, Alex? You play for those that don't know, Alex Smith plays. You play May. Yeah, you play May.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you play May. How is May in +R? If she, I've never seen anybody play May. Huh?
Alex said he hates what Arxis did to her in +R. So I have no idea what the changes were. I have no history with the character. I know how she plays in XR for sure.
All I know is that
probably thanks to Alex.
Interestingly enough, it's weird because when everybody was playing XX+R, I was able to tune into the Japanese streams, and a lot of people are playing Zerd now. weirdly enough, like I was tuning in, I was like, oh, I thought everybody's playing plus R. Turned in, Haitani is playing Rev 2. I was like, the hell are you
Wow.
doing? Yeah, I was like, wait, what? What are you doing? Whatever.
He's like, listen.
Yeah.
We expected that there would actually be an eventual closure of the Accent Core Plus R beta. We were all labbing XR ready for to play the other Guilty Gear while we wait for the rollback to come back up on this one. Now it is extended indefinitely, which means forever. The game might as well just be out. So no reservations for anybody that wants to think about getting into it now, because now is the time.
Now is the time. Not only that, but all of the Guilty Gears are playable now. Play every single... Play Rev 2. Play Plus R. Rev 2 is beautiful. I was literally watching matches of Rev 2 the other day. It was just so beautiful, dude.
I'm absolutely in love with XR. I think it did so much to get me further into this scene.
Yeah.
It was one of the only games where I only played one character for 6 years. 7 going on once 2021 hits, and I still sign on and play Sin from time to time.
I just think if people didn't give it the bad stigma of being anime, it's the best fighting game. It's like that or Tekken are really doing such a good ass job.
I can't speak for Tekken at all, but XR has incredibly open-ended mechanics.
Yeah.
Especially defensively. Defensive mechanics that kind of have an offensive feel to them.
Bro,
like risky or dramatic.
Dead angle. Blitz.
Yep. I mean, that
DP.
one's like kind of your reversal.
Like
Blitz, this like crazy focus parry that has huge reward on full charge. Just like
Roman canceling. Bro, you can't complain at all. Or wake up supers even. Ride the damn lightning. Like you can do so many things in that game. And it's also, and if you don't know how to beat something, not training mode, like the mission mode, if you will. Yeah. The mission mode will teach you how to do it. It's actually, I think it might actually be like, I don't know. It's one of the best fighting games I've played. I've just been watching it like crazy lately. I think it's because I played like Silent Soul in Street Fighter that I was like, is he still playing like Zerts? Or like,
to me, the hypest mechanic in Guilty Gear is Risk Gauge, which it has a different title in Accent Core Plus R, but the fact that the longer you block something, the more damaging the next hit will be, to the extent in XR where it starts to create forced counter hits in the middle of combos if you get the wrist cranked enough. It actually rewards you for the length of your block string and adds like real life tension and higher stakes as your offense goes on. It's so innately offensive.
Freaking dope.
Tension pulse too, forward movement building you more meter. YRC or Roman cancel,
all of the
slowing
RCs
down your meter build. Oh, there's like the game favors speed so well, minus the part where RC actually slows it down. Unlike FRC in Accent Core, which is so fast it's scary.
RC and Accent Core is wild fast.
Yeah, no freeze or nothing.
But definitely now's the time to play it. Moving on to tournaments becoming less entertaining. This is just something that I've seen floating around, whether it be FGC Twitter, FGC social media in general, but like a lot less people are tuning into like whether it be like online locals, whether it be like watching CBT, whatever the case may be. What can we do to make it more interesting for people, or like what do you think we need to do to spice up competitive play, pretty much?
My thoughts on this are very strong. They are
go in. It's blow up Tuesdays, man. Go in.
Yeah. It is on us to be social and interactive enough in order to make tournaments more interesting.
Yeah.
Where nobody can do it on their own, because a tournament by itself is a very rigid and fixed structured event where a double elimination bracket progresses eventually to its end, as it always does, and the stream catches most of the top 8 matches and a couple lucky ones from the pools.
I need that human interaction.
Yeah, right? You need the human interaction, and in the online realm, that is inherently limited. So the social feeling of a tournament needs to be replicated in other ways, and doing so online is going to take work. It could be interview or self-submitted interview pieces, like I've seen floating around in the realm of Trace Complete and Iron Fist Fridays.
Shout outs to Ed Ropel. Shout outs to Iron Fist Fridays. Shout outs to Trace Complete, just because we support, you know what I mean? But like, I agree. I want to tack on to what you're saying. Team, there needs to be a team thing. I'm going to be honest, like when I again, it's going back to like last episode, but like when it was 3-on-3 Street Fighter, that was so fun. Or when it was like 7v7 versus like Buffalo, that was fun. Shout outs to Buffalo FGC. Like we at Casa, like a team something would be better than just running through a bracket. Like I'll enter stuff, but it's still like, man, I don't care about top 8 anymore. The word top 8 even gets me. I'm just like, I don't care.
If you aren't actually involved in the process of the event, tournaments will appear to you to be just a list of people that made a top 8.
Yeah.
Right? Or like a list of people in a bracket. If you're not there for the experience of watching it or playing in it, your ability to be care will just be smaller. So like, out of tournaments, you get a degree out of what you put in. I find that like, if I'm just catching a tournament at the end, I don't care anywhere near as much as if I followed it from its beginning.
Yeah.
But that takes a lot of time and effort, and you might not be getting the highest quality matches the whole way, but it's still cool to see the story a bracket can tell. With things like a results interview afterwards conducted by commentators with the player that won, even if it's done on Discord, it adds personality and flavor and social interaction to the tournament that is otherwise kind of a closed system. So try and work that in. And there have been examples all around us in the New England online scene that we have created since the pandemic. And for exhibitions, we've seen a lot of character and flair and storytelling poured into the creation of the event in itself. I look on the Buffalo versus Boston 7v7 with that same level of admiration. Like I happen to probably look on it that way because I was the one who made a story, a 2-minute 19 recap of the two scenes interaction in Street Fighter up to that point. For Street Fighter 5 at least, NEC 2017, Rebel Conquest Boston 2018, bringing it back for the online 2020 7v7 in last summer.
Yeah,
it was really cool.
Yeah, and apparently there's
so much work.
There's like a 25 versus 25 Guilty Gear exhibition. I didn't even know that. Shout outs to Alex for that info. Like,
that was last Friday. Yeah.
Did you see that? I didn't see that.
I was catching it live at the same time as something. Oh yeah, it was while I was playing in 2 Grand Blue Fantasy versus Online brackets, one of which Alex Smith eliminated me from last week.
What?
Despite our long, painful for Alex.
Wait, is this real? Is this real? Alex really beat you?
Yes, he did. He did.
What?
Yeah, he's good.
Alex, get out of this chat. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Get out of here. What? Get out of here.
It won't happen again, but like.
Yo, shit! Talk that blow up Tuesday.
Yeah, no, maybe we could run it on stream after this. But after this tutorial,
he still has to be in our interviews. Just saying. Yeah.
Anyway, even that single piece of information, Haney, makes you kind of interested in the idea of a tournament, knowing
That's
that
amazing.
Like you were involved in the organization of us choosing to run the set the day before.
Yeah.
And then thereby the elimination of me in the tournament the day after.
There's lore. You guys have now made there's a history there. There's like that's awesome. But
oh yeah, but it wasn't Casa. That was it was Casa he eliminated me in. Saturday was I was in Ahe Goddesses tournament, the Gates, as well as NLBC Online, and the 25v25 was so long that I got to see it while playing in both of those Grand Blue tournaments. I didn't really understand what the team's themes were between the 225 people. Was it like draft picks? I don't know.
Anyways, when we get info on that, we'll definitely check it out. But if you guys haven't seen it, is the whole thing uploaded already?
Yeah, it's at least a Twitch VOD. It was streamed on Arturo's channel, NYC Furby.
Sick. Oh, so this is USA then?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, dope. Oh, that's fucking dope, dude.
Yeah, it's so cool because every character is represented over and over all across it, the whole cast. Even ABBA. Why? Who's
Who
playing
plays
her
ABBA?
song?
That's crazy.
I don't know, but I saw her doing her thing. It's pretty cool to see
Wild.
people actually pilot her to success.
So yep, in order for tournaments becoming less and to make them more entertaining, we need to add flavor back. We need to add personality back. I think Noah the Prodigy runs his tournaments where he's trying to add like his own personality into it. I think more things like it just needs lore. It needs like offline lore almost, but at the same time, team tournaments is like fucking killer for me. So hopefully that'll be a thing.
Yeah. One great example of a tournament that is doing well is the Mortal Kombat 11 2v2 tournament, the Freak Show hosted by Slayer. It went crazy last week. It got like 1,800 viewers because it was the first tournament after customs were announced to be legal. So all these high-level Hollywood players team up in 2v2s. My brother was in there, 1 round away from eliminating Ninja Killa.
Oh my god, that's hype. That's hype.
Yeah, it was sick.
That's
you
hype.
Gotta check that out. Because the commentary, hype.
That's
there's like
hype.
beats in the background of this tournament. It's like a party, bro. The atmosphere is wild. You have beats, and the commentators are just like hyping up the event itself.
That's
hardly
hype.
caring about analysis or anything, and they're like, "Yo, this is everything. This is everything."
That's huge.
600 bills in the bag in the Maturino.
It was everything.
Yeah. They keep saying it, and it's like, is every match grand finals? I don't know, but I'm hyped for it.
Moving on. How to grow your scene. Hold on. I'm actually gonna mute the music on this one because I really want this one answered. So this is gonna be a good one.
Okay.
How?
Okay, cool.
All right.
Alex, thanks to you for explaining to me what the team organization was. I saw that Elvin and Mahoko were the captains, and I knew they were like OG good players, but I guess I hadn't put together the regions behind them between Midwest and New York. So I appreciate that. Wow, it's so crazy. Like you could do regional online events across the whole country because that game in particular has rollback netcode now. Like, I don't know what the Cali Guilty Gear scene is like, but why don't they step up with 25 people and we could make it a 1v1v1 like NBA 2K or excuse me, NBA Ballers had the 1v1v1 mode.
All right. So now we're on the fourth topic: how to grow your scene. So I think recently Punk came out with a video talking about his whole video title was just straight up Japan is the greatest region. Japan is the greatest region in his opinion, right?
I saw that thumbnail too.
And I think he brings up an interesting point. So, shout out to Punk if you haven't seen that video. Definitely go check out that video. I think it's really important to talk about mentality. And essentially, you need to have. So it's the opposite. Like a lot of people think, in order to get better, you just need to play sets and play sets and play sets, and that's it. But you definitely have to build like a relationship with your scene. And actually ask questions. Like nobody asks questions or nobody wonders what happened to them. They're just kind of like, all right, they get up GGs and leave, or like they'll play their set and leave and never talk to that person again unless they have to. And
I mean, if you're upset, that's probably the quickest decision to make, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's part of having a stronger region is having more players with a strong mentality that allows them to keep the conversation going even after they've lost, even after they've been upset in nature, you know? Like, if you are trying to solve a fighting game by yourself, you will be 1 billion% slower than anybody who is communicating with the scene.
You'll be stunted for sure. Like that's the thing I don't think people get. You can't get far without a training partner, but you do need at least one training partner. I think Fnatic from Marvel vs. Capcom 3 was almost exclusively playing knives and like only knives. Like sometimes he'll play like with Mega Man DS or whatever, but like it was just him and knives that would like train together. and then they would.
Mhm.
But as long as they had just that one person, you can grow stronger. But you need to be able to like ask questions. You need to be able to sit down and be like, all right, what do I do against that setup, or what do I do, or this is what I did to you, and this is how you could avoid this. But what region does that the worst? Do you think? Do you think we do? It could be just us. Like,
I think so, but like that's not to speak to the top players in the Western Hemisphere or
mhm,
Europe or anywhere else and say that like it's their responsibility to change it. I think there's a level of entitlement in competitive video gaming or video games in general in the West. There's like a standard of people raging online that
mhm.
it's just for some reason more accepted here than it is in Japan or all of
Oh,
Asian gaming.
absolutely. It's like a cultural thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is why it's so like awful anytime you go to play Mortal Kombat online in particular
Yeah.
without forgetting and you forget to join your own private PSN party so nobody can talk shit to you. Suddenly you get online and there is some asshole who's just a little bit too good for comfort talking shit in ranked on headset that they allow you to hear for some reason.
Yeah.
And it's so classic. It's such like it's an experience that unites me with my early beginnings in video gaming on Call of Duty and Halo.
I feel like. Shout out to Alex Smith for even bringing this up, but if everybody had like more of a group, like a Discord conversation, if we made like a Discord like, I don't know, alcohol awareness group, like just everybody in a circle just being like, all right, my name is this, I'm having trouble with Cammy or whatever. Like,
Mhm.
what do you guys think I should approach the matchup with, or like, I feel, but in every game, similarly, like every game has its benefits. Like I also don't think it's as toxic as people make it out to look. Like everyone be like, oh, like yes, it might be the most toxic for the most, like for Street Fighter, for example.
Mhm.
But if you look at an anime game, they definitely take it less so. And it could be, I don't know why that is, but like other scenes are just a bit more supportive depending on the game, you know?
Yeah, each fighting game community subculture does have its own flavor, and some of the flavors of the more historic scenes are rooted in that kind of like arcade era machismo that, frankly, I grew up in
Yeah.
my scene. Uh, and I think you find those attitudes a little bit more commonly out of Street Fighter and Marvel, but that makes sense because those are like the oldest games with such a specific culture of arcade players of the like, you know, put up your quarter, wait in line, talk shit the whole time with your boys because
Yeah.
it's funny and it makes the game way better type people, you know. That's I guess, you know, there were arcade anime players back in the day too though, don't forget that.
Yeah,
And,
there was like Melty
I'm sure you could
Blood.
find them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of games that they played at the arcade then.
Mhm.
But definitely seek out a training partner. Definitely seek out
Mhm.
to ask questions. If you're gonna play a set with someone, don't go into the set thinking just because. Don't go into the set only to try to beat them, like in a casual set. Like I think that's the thing. Like
Mhm.
in Japan or in Europe, they'll play somebody, but not so that there's like so they can have this like supremacy over them, which I definitely
Yeah,
feel like
right.
we do, huh?
Yeah, exactly. They get the supremacy and they get the 100 ranked points, league points, and they go. You
And then
know,
that's it. They just want the
yeah,
ranked.
yeah.
But
Ranked actually is poison. Ranked systems in fighting games have absolutely stunted the growth of the entire scene.
you think so?
Whether it's Combat League and
Blow it up.
MK11,
Blow it up. Damn, you really think so, huh?
it's specifically because they incentivize short play, which is inherently less enjoyable than any form of long play. But in order to legitimize yourself and feel like you're accomplishing something,
You
you building points, you
Yeah.
have to be playing specifically trying to win 2 games. And then afterwards, you probably deal with 5 minutes of matchmaking on any given game. Imagine if you could be passively earning like character points in Street Fighter by playing Battle Lounge matches where you can do first to 10. By the way, why does Street Fighter in particular only let you go up to 10? I'm trying to play 100 game sets with no interruption. The learning that I get to do in that time is so much greater than anybody going on
that is
ranked.
really weird. I like that point. That is, I didn't even think, cause like there's just endless mode, In Marvel,
Yeah.
Marvel, I could just repeat till I die.
Yeah,
Like,
and like not a single moment, thought, or hesitation of stopping playing
Just hit
or the
rematch, dog.
circumstances.
Just
Don't
rematch.
even show me how many losses I have, bro.
Just
let me
I
keep
don't even
playing.
care. Just rematch, bro.
Yeah.
But
People mash
bro,
the A button on their
you
stick
have
in particular. It's
no
always the first to
idea.
break.
Just
right after they're losing or when they're winning, still just pressing it. Like I don't give a
That's
shit about anything else. Let
crazy.
me play again. These games get you addicted to the feeling of being in them, whether it's
There's
for
definitely some
the movement or
there's
the level of
adrenaline as shit.
satisfaction. Yeah, yeah, and
But
you
I
get
like
so
I
much
like it.
adrenaline.
I like it, but only it seems like mostly in anime fighters or the Marvel series games, like in or
Mhm.
Smash Melee. Like Smash Melee has an amazing like modded melee. You could press start then Z to just restart the match.
That's sick. Even in Melee
That's
though,
so
if you
good.
press start like 3 times, you get to go back through character
Oh,
select in,
you
like,
do
less than a
start.
second,
You hold
then
start
random stage.
RAB. And you go. Yeah. Start start XAB at
LRA
the same
start.
time. Yeah. LRA
Oh,
start.
okay, cool.
Kind of
That's
basically.
it.
Yeah. LRA
Yeah.
start. And then
Whatever's fastest though.
and you just go right back. But even like the modded one, they made it so that you just press start, hit start, then R for restarting. It restarts the exact map. Like you just like restart from 4 stocks again. It was so cool, and it was so fast. It was like you didn't need. There was 0 wait time. You just run. You
Yeah.
literally run back the match. It's so cool.
People will accidentally learn things more quickly just because things will be fresher in their head when they come up again in the following match because there isn't wait time. Even the win poses in Street Fighter take forever. In a first to 10 set online, you have to sit through Abigail or like going like and then like spinning and flexing every single time you win or lose.
Yeah.
It takes forever.
I used to have like ADD where like because even in Ultimate right now, even like after a win or loss, I'll just start the game, LRA start, and just go back to the screen and play again. And like I remember playing with my friend, and he's like, "Why are you doing that?" I'm like, "Cause it takes so long to be like this winner is," and then I'm like, "It just get to the net. Let's go. It doesn't matter."
We're trying to play a game.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny. It's fun. I don't know. I feel like we got off topic, but that was a really good point to make.
Yeah. And it ties into which region is the strongest.
Yeah.
Because the global online region that we hope can exist in the prosperous future of the rollback era will be greatly benefited by online modes that help us grow the strength of our scenes by allowing us to play as much, as quickly, as efficiently as possible.
If it gets good enough, honestly, if online just gets really, really, really freaking good, it's not even going to be region based anymore.
Yeah.
Like we're never gonna have conversations over who is the strongest region. We're gonna be having conversations of just who is the best. That is.
And like we're all suddenly rushing to get our perfect Alex comeback on Tokido, you know, and I'm gonna post my clip first. Yeah.
Our Alex, because you know it's gonna be on Twitter everywhere.
Yeah. Because all these Americans are matching up with Tokido for the first time in Street Fighter 6.
Yeah.
And Alex is somehow still relying on BT1 for comeback clips in Street Fighter 6.
And it's going to be like 3 command grabs, and then everyone's posting it.
Nah, it'll be 2
stun.
command grabs. And then after the second command grab, they go straight to anti-air EX knee smash.
Oh, it has to be a hard read. Like a heavy-ass read.
As if every Alex player isn't just going for crazy shit for Twitter clips every second they play, doing that most of the time.
But that's awesome. I don't know. It's awesome to break that like region. The region barrier being broken by online would be so dope.
Mm-hmm. And then we'll just be dealing with things like language barriers that we will have more reasons to break down with learning because we have more access to people that we wouldn't interact with otherwise.
Yeah.
Like, shit, if I could say, yo, Tokido, you trying to play at 8 Eastern? And he'll say, oh, yeah, I'll see you at 14 JST.
Yeah,
like,
that's
okay,
crazy. That's crazy. All right. I think that was pretty good for all our topics that we have for today. It was a pretty quick topic. We're going to actually jump into a really cool portion. You guys should definitely stick around for it. It's going to be Monkey Business's own live Percival tutorial. It's going to show everybody out there learning how to play Percival. Thank you, guys. Redeemed. What? How dare you? Right now?
What happened?
We're in the middle of the show. Alex out here
Who's
redeeming.
asking?
He's like redeeming crap in the middle of the show. How many?
Oh, I
How many?
congratulate him.
How many? All right, he didn't even say how many he wanted. He just redeemed the points for nothing. Trash. All
I
right.
appreciate any form of redeem or redemption. It's my favorite thing to witness.
Thank you
in
for
all
redeeming
of media.
points. I appreciate you. How many push-ups? You didn't even state. You're terrible. All right. If you don't state it, we're just gonna start booting up Grand Blue here. All right, we're gonna go.
So I'm gonna make a lobby with best of 5 rounds and 99 time. Infinite rematches, of course, because why else would I ever slow myself down? Holy shit.
All right, so you're gonna boot it up on your end, not me, right? You?
Well, I'm gonna have my PS4 on, but I would hope to invite you to this lobby I make so that
so
you
this.
could also be like coached into
So
learning
this.
Percival.
Okay. All right.
The
Let
more
me
Percival,
redeem.
the better.
Boot it up. I'm gonna crank out this 15 because I hate everybody,
Okay.
and see you in a second.